Yeah. Was stick by. Hello. Good morning out there on your lake. Dansa. We're live here. We have a special episode this morning. I'd like to get into it with these guys. They're doing some groundwork right now. They have boots on the ground, visiting around in the community. We have a big event, or I guess an important event coming up on December 7th, which is Sunday. We'll get into that too. Start time is 9:30 a.m. with a pipe ceremony. But I think with that, we'll get into this. We'll start with introductions. We'll have a little round table, and then we'll go through, trying to give an update on what's going on here. So with that, can you introduce yourselves and share what it means to be an escapos in our community? Just Moigan West.
Wow.
Whoever wants to go first.
Okay.
Entonces, siga swing na winagya egwa tama ego tagiteg, or I don't know. Like, well, what does it mean to you? Who wants to go first?
My name is Blair Mountain.
Hoka.
I what did you just say?
Your name and what does this role mean to you?
Uskapios. Uskapios. That word I was taught. I when they say Uskapios, it means uh that you're training to get to that level of an elder's position, and that's where you have to start from. Without the Uskapios, like, who would run do all the hard work, and it's true. It's true that we need Uskapios, and that's what we need our youngins today to start doing that for us. We need a program for that. It would be nice to have one of those, to start them up again. That just to have them have a purpose, because a lot of them they don't have a purpose of uh like how do you say it, something to do. It is something to do to make them part of like a very important uh lifestyle that we have, having going to feasts and like helping the elders with pipe ceremony, smudging, and they're very important. That's how I started. That's how I learned, and that's where I am today. And I had a lot of elders that taught me a lot, and I forgot a lot, and that's where I learned a lot of my trades today to help people as much as I could, and I'm really thankful for them. In the last for that opportunity to help me with my journey in a good way. And I thank the Creator for everything. I thank the grandfathers and the grandmothers for that too, for helping me in my journey. Hey, hey.
Oh, I just want to just add something you touched on really quick. Part of what we're doing on Sunday, part of what we're hoping for to happen is something you just said, like you forgot. But I think what's gonna happen over there, when the elders start talking and stuff, there's gonna be a lot of reminding of the things that, like what you just said, like you forgot. But when we start hearing about it from the elders and people are taking turns talking, I think a lot of those things that are we forget in our busy lives, they come back to us once we start hearing the elders talk about it, and so I think there'll be a lot of that on Sunday. But I think with that we'll move on. We'll go to
Yeah.
Mr. Lewis.
Hello, my name is Randall Lewis, and what does Escapios mean to me? Well, it's for me. I just personally like to help the people. That's what I get out of it, right? I go out there and I help the people through prayers, through setting up lodges and all that. And it's hard work. When you go out there and set up those lodges, you start early in the morning, 6 a.m., 5 a.m. sometimes, and then you end, let's say, 7 or 8 o'clock, right? Depending on how many Oscapios that come out and work. And summer times are very busy for me. I'm always out and about trying to do whatever I can, going to help out wherever I can. And I love doing that work. It's a lot of hard work, I know that, but I love to do it, right? It grounds me. It makes me feel better. It heals me, right? That's what it does for me. That's why I go out and do this work. And I've met some good elders along the way that have taught me some stuff. Blair, Pat, also, they've taught me some things too. So I meet a lot of good people that have some good teachings also along the way. But to go back to that, in the summertime, especially when you start early in the morning, it's cold early in the morning, right? It's cold and it's the afternoon. The sun is high. You're sweating. Oh, you're tired. Your muscles are sore, but you keep pushing through it because it's a test, I guess. I like to see it as a test mentally to see if I could push through it. And at the end of the day, when the lodge is up, I feel like accomplished. You know what I mean? Oh, look, oh, I did it. I survived the day. If I can do that, then I can do that anywhere. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get that sense of accomplishment. Makes me feel good. And then to help out in the lodge, I'm not only doing it for myself, right? I'm helping these other people out that are needing prayers too, right? That need the help too. I'm helping them out. And I'm also helping my family out. My family get a lot out of this, the work that I do for the creator. That's how I see it. And I enjoy it. I very much enjoy it, man. I love it actually. Yes, I love what I do when I go out there and work. So I don't see it as work. Yeah, yeah. And that's about it for me.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's good. I'd like to come back to that. But we'll move on. But we'll just kind of uh set that to the side a little bit. Because I know like there's a lot there that could be said, especially for like the young people, right? And trying to recruit or just preparing them on walking that road. It's a lot of work. I see what you guys do. And it's always good, especially for the young people, right? To like journey down that path and discover more about themselves through the adversity and then being around the language and the protocol and all that. It's just it's a beautiful path, I think. So I think we'll move on. We'll go to Mr. Wasquich over here. Same thing. What's
Hi,
your go ahead.
hi. I copy iso agyon sigason. I can't interpret that in English. There's no way. Some of these Cree names you're able to do that, but this one I can't. I was given that in a ceremony years ago, and I never expected to become an Oscapios. I guess you can say I didn't want it. I wasn't expecting it, but it happened. Just so happened that I went to the Sundance grounds one day and just to observe. An old man came there with a pack of smokes. He says, "What are you doing here? Go and help out." He gave me those smokes, and when I used to smoke, I was willing to take them without questioning. And then I said, well, what do I do? They'll teach you anyway. So he sent me out to go help. After building the lodge and everything, I stood around there and I didn't know that I was standing, leaning up against the center pool. And those old men asked me a question there. They said, who do you think you are? Who's just leaning up against the center pole like that? The gumawatik. I said, oops, I didn't know I was doing something unruly or whatever. Well, they were missing a pipe man that time. And they asked me, have you ever done this? I said, no, I don't know anything. Sit down. They gave me another pack of smokes. We'll teach you. We'll show you along the way. That's something I never asked for. I never expected in my whole life to become that type of an Oscapios. I helped out in Sundances and all these ceremonies and everything. And now I sit at these ceremonies filling the pipe for the elders. But that's not all it is, being a pipe man at these ceremonies. Constantly praying for the people that are organizing this whole ceremony, whatever ceremony it is. Could be the horse dance, ghost dance, chicken dance, sun dance, or the bear lodge, sweat lodge, feast, whatever. But I soon learned that this was my late grandfather's duty back in the day. He was assigned to be a whipman here in Onion Lake. And when that was handed down to me, I'm a whipman also. I didn't choose that for myself. I didn't take it for myself. It was handed down to me in a ceremony to become a whipman. And unfortunately, it's not recognized here in Onion Lake, but I guess it's just due to a lack of information. And I commend Seventh Generation for promoting a lot of the stuff here that's happening right now because, like Fraser was saying, there's going to be a lot of reminders at this gathering here about being an Escapios and everything. I learned along the way that being an Escapios originates from that ceremonial rock that exists in every ceremony. He is the lead Escapios, is what I was told. He's the main one that is the Escapios in all these ceremonies because he's working for the creator, first of all, the grandfathers, and the ceremony, the people, us, Escapiosek. He's working for us, all of us, every one of us. So it's not an easy job when being an Escapios. It's I got yelled at in the beginning a lot, but it wasn't to cause any harm or create any negativity. It was to ensure that I was doing the right thing. I found that out along the way. And back in the day, Escapios were really strict at these ceremonies where young women, well, you see that at the round dances. I tried to control that when I'm the whipman at the round dance, spending time at the doorways when, especially when there's a ceremony like the Sundance. If they see a young woman standing by the doorway at the Sundance, Scapios, like that's their duty to chase them away. That's how strict they used to be. My mushroom was really strict as a whipman. He never hesitated to use that whip on a child if they were playing around, fooling around. That's why they used to say, the parents would send their kids to their tents because they didn't want them getting spanked by my great grandfather. That's how strict Escapios used to be. We're losing all that now, and it's said in some places that we're trying to bring it back. I hope we do put a little more effort into bringing that back because we need it. However, I'm really, really honored to be here. I'm grateful to support my brothers this way here in this. organization here as an Escapios. So we're going to be going around talking to some elders, inviting them to this gathering here on the 7th of December. And it's really important that you deliver this message in Cree, because everything that's going to be delivered at this gathering is going to be in Cree. So, kami asan gispan na ya masugaw itom sis kasitos kato, quiz in a good way. Except kung gagitan, there's a lot more that I could say being in Escapios and everything, because it's been a lot of years I've been in Escapios.
Yeah, there's something there I want to come back to later when you touched on that, something with the little children there.
Mhm.
We'll come back to that sometime here.
Oh, yeah, I just want to say, just for the viewers and for you guys here, I'm really honored right now to be sitting here with you guys doing this. Because like I know the value of the work you guys do, and there was a mention of that here recently. Do you remember, Randall? Someone said, or no, the judge had
Right, sir.
Brian's
Yeah.
thing there. What
Yeah.
did he say?
Man, I don't even remember what he said, but
He said, to the Escapos, thank you. You guys are a really important
Oh, yeah.
part in
Yeah.
healing the community
Yeah.
or something like
he's
that, eh?
he's a good guy, man. I know him personally. I just met him here this last year, I think it was, when I was working at Wellness there. That's where I met him. And he's a good guy, man. He's a real good guy, and I think he believes in the ways, and it's good on him.
Yeah. yeah. So just a reminder, for the viewers out there, I'll bring up a poster here in a bit, but I'll read it for now. Sunday, December 7th, 2025, which is this Sunday. Save the date in your calendar. We're having a Cree language gathering. Cree language speakers gathering this Sunday. We're gonna be starting it off with a pipe ceremony at 9 a.m. I think the location is at the Communiplex Hall. Everyone is invited. We're primarily targeting fluent language speakers for this initial event. And the reason for that is because we want to create a space and involve the community, and to see how we can help our youth and our young people, or the people trying to learn the language. How can we increase that in the young people with the older people's knowledge and this like ability to use the language? How can we transfer some of that over to the young people? So a lot of the discussions on Sunday will be revolving around that. It's easy to say that now, but once you get the elders in the room and they start talking, they're gonna talk their own way, right? And they're gonna share their wisdom in their own way, which is perfect. I think, but I think it's gonna be the beginning of something very important for our community. I think we have a good technical team and a good like a Scapos team to be able to begin this movement, but also to sustain it with the proper resources and manpower and all of that type of stuff. So again, on Sunday, December 7th, 9 a.m., Communiplex Hall, Cree Language Speakers Gathering in Onion Lake. And this is going to be the first official one for us with this program, with our public relations program. Um, as we all know, there's a huge desire for language revitalization in our community from like every level or every direction. I know we hear it a lot when we're in meetings or band meetings or gatherings anywhere. you hear a lot of the wording reflecting that. So for us, this is, I guess, an opportunity to try and help with that. um, and it all starts with these guys here with boots on the ground. So with that, we'll move on to the next question, which is related to this. Over the last 2 weeks, you guys were going around into the community delivering protocol. Can you share what that experience was like so far? Whoever wants to go first.
Well, first, me and Brian went out a couple weeks ago. Then they were happy that we stopped by to see them. Right? They were happy that Pitiguig, come sit down. That's more. So we tell them what's going on. Then we visit them for a bit. You know what I mean? They really enjoyed that, and I think if we can get these old people to come out and help out with this, I think it'd be really good because we'd have a lot of different ideas on how we can go about this, right? Mogamatwa, that's how we say it, right? So if we can do that, I think we can get something done here to help Oskaya some.
Oh.
Yeah, he touched on something I was going to say regarding that question because guni ko kanto gyugo ako kunta ni taga kita e pitugo ichike into gyuga chike say no ni son e ko mo apataman ni sen stop apataman say no ni son to ni taga kita kete to tewa ape ape exipegon atsimo. You know, it's just like, but we had to kind of break away from the Musamikwe. They were trying to keep us there.
Yeah.
Just you know, it's obvious that they need that kind of support. Kanto yoga, it's like we don't have that anymore. It's really obvious that we don't have that anymore. That we don't visit each other enough. That's what I saw with these old people. Those two old men that we went and seen. So this, I'm really happy to be a part of this because I feel comfortable going to visit these older people. They like that, so they're also willing to come and give their support.
Yes, sir. I think that's an important note because that is something we want to do too. Like as an ongoing project, we want to go visit the elders, and we want to hopefully, if it's up to them, if they allow it, to bring a camera and just have them share stories. I was thinking like an idea that I've been brainstorming with our crew. Like we could go offer to clean up their home. We could come and cook soup and bannock and tea, and create that space for them and just make sure they're comfortable and see if there's any stories they want to share or anything they want to speak on. So that'll be an ongoing project for us. And I think that's where you guys come in. But for real though, right? Like that's um yeah, like I hear that a lot, and even experiencing it, like a lot of, especially the older people, the elders, they really appreciate having guests, right? Like you don't have to come with anything; they just show up there, and they appreciate that. They just want to visit someone, and that's something we want to bring back to our community. So, yeah, that's a
That's
good
right.
point.
Because you know, it brings me back to that question about being in the Scapios. You know, I didn't realize that I already opened the door for myself to become one when I was a kid. I remember this old guy. You know, he used to wear those RCMP hats, swapstick they called him. I used to go haul water for him. I used to go chop wood for him, clean his house when I was a young boy. I didn't realize that I was being in the Scapios to that old guy. You know, he'd pay me with candy, and that's what I went back for all the time. So, yeah, yeah, it'd be a good thing to spend a lot of time with the old people these days in that way because they're there's not very many left.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. So another question, just to add on to the question I just asked, how is the response so far? I know a lot of times they don't give a direct response, but like, does it seem like they're excited for this,
Oh,
or
yes.
they
Oh,
think
yes.
it's a good idea?
Yeah, very excited. Uh, so every time we go to a house and they go, "Oh, okay," like
Yep.
their eyes just light up and everything.
I'll be there.
Yeah, that just the acknowledgement to go give them tobacco to go see them, then it makes them more important for them to engage into that, because sometimes they always say, "I never got anything," like
Yeah.
eh,
That's
that
that's
happens,
the
eh?
right way to do it, though,
Yeah,
right?
that's the right way to do it, to give them tobacco.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, why do you think it's important for young people to be involved in this Cree language movement?
Because, like I said, the elders are leaving us with all their knowledge and their expertise in cultural, spiritual, ceremonial practices and everything. They're leaving with all that because they don't have anybody to hand it out. Nobody's interested anymore. And this is where I feel that it would be important to encourage younger people today to try to learn and try to understand that how important it is to learn all the stuff that you guys are delivering from whoever is available to acknowledge that for them
Yeah.
and deliver it to them.
We need to pass on all this information from the elders to the next generation, and to the next generation. It has to keep going. If we stop here, then what is there? We lose everything. We lose our language. We lose our ways. We don't want that to happen. We need to keep going. Need to keep going and helping others, and that's why it's important to teach our young ones how to do what we're doing today. Scapio's job, and from there it grows into them sitting there at the same spot that the elders are sitting. And pass on generation to generation. That's why it's important to get all that information from them. All that information that we should be going there to go visit for them, or to ask questions about how it was back then and how important it is to get all that information from them. And that's why I did what I did, to try to keep it alive, keep it going. Can't just let it go like that. How- uh, what are we, if it wasn't for our language and our cultural ways? We're just, I don't know. I would be like the white person. That it is important for who we are. That's our identity, our way of life. You know, that's how important it is for me to teach my kids, trying to get them to do Scapio's job. I know a lot of young people out there. They're struggling with that. They don't feel important enough. So it'd be good to have that Scapio program. It'd be nice to have one. I don't know who would run it.
Yeah. Language. It's a very powerful spirit. That is what makes us, right? And if we don't have that, we have magigoy. That's it. And I blame myself for that too, because I don't speak to my kids at home in Cree, right? That's where it all begins, at home. So I got to try and change that and stuff to try and speak to them in our language, just to show them little things. You know what I mean? I think that's where it should begin. And you guys touched on the elders. Yes, yeah, I believe that they're leaving us, and they're taking that knowledge with them. And it's up to us to go out there and try and gather as much as we can from these elders. and it's very important that we do that. And it'd be nice if we can get more people out there to come and learn. It's not hard. Well, the labor is hard, but learning everything, it's not hard. It'll come to you. It'll come to you along the way. And that's where I learned to speak language too, is in that lodge, because it's all they speak in there, and I hear them, and I try to say these words after they're done, and I'll repeat it to myself. Right, that's how I was learning in there. Yeah, and it's good though. But that's right though. Our elders are leaving, and we need to pull up our socks and learn from them.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
As I was mentioning, that our language is how important it is. How my parents taught me as a child, as a baby from birth, and I'm really thankful for that. Until I was like, I don't know, maybe 15, 14 or younger, something like that. When no, shit, I was about 8 years old when I left from here to go to Kihuen. When I started over there, that's when that's all they talked. My age group over there, my age group, that's all they talked was English. And that's where I had to like um, learn more English, and I kind of like my Cree started slipping away. So when I came back and there was I guess I only learned so much the Cree my that, so much Cree that what my family was teaching me. My parents, when I came back to Onion Lake, I was like um, lost in some words. I didn't know what they meant. And now I'm starting to learn how um, uh, to learn those other Cree words that that weren't part of my life. And, I'm really grateful for the elders trying to teach me what they mean. And, sometimes they get mad at me, but that's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind at all because I need to learn. I need to learn more Cree to myself. The older Cree, I guess, but I have basic, and I can talk to elders too, and the best that I can. But there's some words that they say, and I don't understand in some way. But I'm really grateful for my parents for teaching me how to talk Cree, and it's not too late. It's not too late to talk to your grandkids in Cree. It's not too late. You know, push that. If you know Cree, talk to your grandkids in Cree. Let them learn from you. It's not too late. Talk to them in Cree. It's very important, our language. It is very important for our children, our next generation, our grandchildren, our great grandchildren. They need to keep it.
Yeah, yeah. One thing I heard, I don't know when, but just in my journey, the one thing I heard with our languages here on Turtle Island or Canada, but on this continent, a lot of the First Nations, as they say, the language is organic to the land where you come from. So you hear the different dialects and the different languages based on the different regions in the land. um the language comes from the land where you're from. So you hear a lot of the wording and a lot like the trees, the different types of trees, and you hear the words specific to that based on where you come from. Um but I think it's like a testament to our identity prior to like European contact. So you go further back than that and you look at our languages, they're older than that. um and they could be traced to however far to the beginning of time, based on where we come from. So, like, in order to, I guess, learn about yourself as a native person or where you're coming from, if you follow those languages and the words, I think a lot of those reminders, like you guys mentioned earlier, will start coming back, or else your spirit will be able to connect with that just from hearing those words, even though you probably never heard them before, but your spirit probably did, right? So again, like, it goes back to learning about who you are and how important language is to who we are as a people, our history, and why that's important for our future, because it keeps us grounded to, um like, who we've always been, right? So something like that. Don't quote me on any of that, but just, teachings you hear along the way just from visiting at a ceremony. Like, you don't need to be in the ceremony to learn this stuff. You're just visiting around on the outside, and the elders are always so willing to share knowledge and wisdom. um I think that's one of the best parts for me, being around those circles, being able to share some time with the elders and their stories. um but another thing too that you guys mentioned, and why it's important, especially at this point in time right now in history and in the world, like you said, a lot of our knowledge keepers and lodgemen are, like, moving on, or like crossing over, right? They're like getting to that age and that point in their lives. And like Pat was saying, like, they take all of that with them. And I think it's a, like, I don't know, a sign, I guess, for us younger people to take the initiative to go spend time with them, because a lot of times they want to share, right? They want to, like, pouring into a cup. They want to pour into a cup, especially a young person, this knowledge and wisdom. But if people aren't going out there to visit them, then it's kind of not going anywhere, right? And that the onus or the responsibility can't be on them, because they're getting old and limited mobility and all of that. And us as younger people, going back to the escapos thing, that's where, like, us being younger, we use our youthfulness and our young bodies to do a lot of that heavy lifting so that these things can happen. um that's the same thing with the storytelling and the teachings, by going to visit, giving them that opportunity to want to open up and share, right? Like, it's kind of related. There's a couple of comments here I want to read off. One is from Glenn Young Chief.
Hey, Glenn, how's it going there, buddy? Good to hear from you.
Yeah. He's saying, good day, gents. Are all Cree speakers welcome, like from other Cree bands locally? Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, come. Yeah, you guys come. So for sure, Mr. Young Chief, yeah, come. Sunday, 9 o'clock pipe ceremony. There was something here that was mentioned over the weekend, and I don't know if I should say this on here, but I'll just say it. There was a mention here that said a lot of what the you guys are gonna be hearing at this gathering, especially from the older people, is a lot of these words can't be translated into English, especially the old Cree, or just the sacredness of these words, right? You lose all of that when you try to translate it. So I think the message there was to try and absorb as much as you can in person, and just process it however you can for yourself, um without taking away from the meaning of the word. Something like that. I don't know. It could be interpreted however way. There's another comment here. Good morning from Miss Lewis, Miss Arlene Lewis. Henry and I are listening to you. He acknowledged what you boys are doing. I'm sure he would appreciate if you can come visit with him.
Right away.
Right away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah. Yeah, so Oguma Lewis, good morning. Hope you're getting better. You're always in our thoughts and our prayers. Yeah, and I'm sure the boys will be swinging by. Maybe Randall or whoever, one of us.
We could all go there, I guess.
Yeah, maybe we'll arrange like the visit with the camera.
I like bacon and eggs. Kidding.
I like fried bannock.
But yeah, just a little kind of blurb on Mr. On Oguma. Um uh and you know, it's we all know this, but he's a wealth of knowledge, right? It's like as being a chief, but also an escapos and a lodge holder. Wishers. Yeah, so yeah, we'll come and make the time, we'll come visit. And um yeah, I already know it's gonna be really special to be able to listen to him talk and share some of his wisdom. But yeah, that's gonna be a good one. I like that. You know, I had the privilege of working with Mr. Lewis at Goodler.
I was just mentioning if it'd be okay if we can have a podcast with him.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Go to his house and
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he's open to that. By the sounds of it, he's inviting us to come and do that. So
let's do it.
We'll do that. Yeah.
I want. Speaking about learning Cree. Some of these Cree words you can't interpret in English. I realized that too because I wanted to challenge you to repeat after me if you could. Mate sa pego gito ego mag-speak Spanish.
Okay, do it.
I know it.
Neo gisigaw ni mutan, mun gisip mutatin gisigaw ang papas nga niwetan. Matiksito.
Okay, who wants to try that?
I'll pass.
Say it again.
Say it again.
Neo gisigaw ni mutan, mun gisip mutatin gisigaw ang papas nga niwetan.
Newagisagaw game
Kamutan.
kamu. I already lost.
No, gisigaw gamutan. Gisigaw gamutatin. I don't know. How do you, do it again.
See, it is important to teach our kids Cree.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do it one more?
Neo gisigaw na mutan, mun gisip mutatin gisigaw ang papas nga niwetan.
Deadly. What did he say, Miss Lewis? What did he say?
Who mentioned that?
My Muslim Jim Can Potatoes challenge reporter.
Man, that's awesome. Okay, moving on. You guys good? I we're coming up to the end of what I got here. I know. I know we could sit here all day, especially when it comes to like a Scapelsuin and the whole Nehio language and Nehio Mamtanetsagan. Like you know, it could take days and days and days and days. So what we're kind of doing here this morning is we want to promote this event. I want to share this poster again. Sunday, December 7th, 9 a.m. pipe ceremony, Communiplex Hall. We're inviting all elders and Cree language speakers. These boys here have been going around house to house delivering protocol, inviting our language speakers in the community and our elders. Kape tagute tsikute. Donna was saying this past weekend in Cree, imamu I don't know. How do you say that? Like imamupya or but she used the word like we wanna gather the elders to come and meet together. Yeah, like that root word, but she said it a different way. It was really cool. Um, but anyway, that's what we're here doing this morning. You could see the poster. You could find it on our social media pages. So if you're Gugam or Mushroom or your mom or dad or your Japans, let them know. Share this poster with them, share this video with them, let them know that they're invited and encouraged to come attend this. I think it's gonna be the beginning of a beautiful movement when it comes to Cree language. Trying to revitalize and strengthen that in our community, especially with our young people. I think right now we're really lucky here in Onion Lake to have a high number of language speakers, and I think we need to, take advantage of that or capitalize on that and provide these spaces for the Cree language to flow. Like Randall said, it's a spirit. And just by being present in these spaces, like there's gonna be a lot of value that comes from it and a lot of like feelings you'll feel. Um just the good energy that comes from it. So with that, is there any closing thoughts that or anything you'd like to say in closing to our elders who supported this initiative or to the young people or just anything in general in regards to December 7th Cree Language Gathering that's coming up this Sunday?
Well, I'm really looking forward to revisiting these people that we delivered tobacco to re-deliver this updated poster to them. So I'm looking forward to seeing them again, the old people, and re-inviting them. Ego pa kung nanas ko mon, ano skiskaw.
Oh, ay.
And one question I need to I don't know if I'm going to be asking for the elders. Is there food involved?
Yes,
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yes, yes.
There's food, gifts, and yeah, they'll be looked after. We have our team setting up everything. So
What
yeah.
about what elders like old style of food?
I don't know exactly what's on the menu, but I'm pretty sure Denise and the ladies know like we're this is for the elders, so it'll be something traditional. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be nice.
Yeah, and for me, I'm proud that our nation is doing this for the youth, right? I'm proud to be from Onion Lake, and I'm happy that we are doing this.
Mm.
So let's all work together and let's do this for the next generation.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just for the viewers out there, really quick. This was supposed to happen on November 30th, this past Sunday, but we had to reschedule, so it's being pushed back 1 week to December 7th. Again, this Sunday. Make sure to mark it in your calendar, and if you can, come and show up. Come and be a part of the movement, and um yeah, I think it'll be a really good thing for our community, an ongoing project for our community, like the boys said here, for our young people. Like it's all about empowerment for them, I think, is the objective at the end of the day. But also for the elders too, just to provide that space for visiting and seeing each other again, right? So I think with that we'll end it off there. Nanaskum Tinawa Kakyo into Toya. You guys tuned in and joined us here and shared a little bit of your time with us. And we wish you all a good day. And we have a request for rabbits this weekend. So you boys got your
Blair?
work cut out for you.
Blair?
Yeah. So anything else before we go? Awiyak.
No, that's all good. But thanks for coming to join us, you guys.
Hey,
You're doing
yeah.
an awesome job.
Oh, right on. Hi, hi.
Hi.
We'll see you guys again.
Yep.
Okay, Tom.
Basta
Hi, hi.